Hello, and welcome to Bible Teaching Hub. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating topics in biblical prophecy, the 1,000 years of peace. Many believe that over 90% of biblical prophecies have already been fulfilled. And today, we see many unfolding right before our eyes. So what does that mean for us? It means now is the time to focus on what's ahead, to prepare, to learn, and to grow in our understanding of God's plan. One of the most debated prophecies is found in Revelation 20 verses 1 to 6, where the Bible describes a 1,000-year reign of peace. Some say it's already happened, others believe it's yet to come. But what does the Bible truly say? Stick around as we explore, has the 1,000 years of peace already happened? What does the Bible actually say about this prophecy? How do different Christian scholars interpret the millennium? What can we learn and apply to our faith today? Let's dive in. Some historians suggest that the Pax Romana, which lasted from 27 BC to 180 AD, could be the 1,000 years of peace mentioned in the Bible. But does this theory hold up? Let's examine it carefully. The Pax Romana versus the biblical millennium. Comparison: Pax Romana 27 BCE to 180 CE, biblical millennium, Revelation 20 verses 1 to 6. Duration: approximately 200 years versus 1,000 years. Satan's condition, still active versus Satan is bound and unable to deceive nations. Who rules? Roman emperors, for example, Augustus versus Christ and resurrected believers. State of peace, relative peace, but still wars. Persecution of Christians versus true and complete peace under Christ. Spiritual condition, paganism, emperor worship versus God's righteousness reigns. From this comparison, it's clear that Pax Romana does not match the biblical description of the 1,000 years of peace. The Roman Empire, though peaceful compared to other times, was far from a Christ-centered kingdom. Why the biblical millennium is future or symbolic. The Bible describes Christ reigning, not an empire like Rome. The Pax Romana was ruled by Roman emperors, some of whom persecuted Christians, not a time of Christ's righteous rule. Revelation 20 specifically says Satan is bound during the 1,000 years, yet during the Pax Romana, false religions, emperor worship, and persecutions were rampant, evidence that Satan was still deceiving nations. The millennium is 1,000 years, not 200. A literal interpretation suggests the period has not yet occurred. Conclusion: while the Pax Romana was an important historical period, it does not fulfill the prophecy of the 1,000 years of peace. Most biblical scholars agree this prophecy is either future or symbolic. The key passage about the millennium is Revelation chapter 20 verses 1 to 6. Then I saw an angel coming down from heaven, holding in his hand the key to the bottomless pit and a great chain, and he seized the dragon, that ancient serpent, who is the devil and Satan, and bound him for 1,000 years. Revelation 20 verses 1 to 2, ESV. Key biblical themes: Satan is bound and cannot deceive the nations. Christ reigns with resurrected believers, particularly those who suffered for their faith. The world experiences true peace and righteousness. At the end of 1,000 years, Satan is released for a final rebellion before being defeated forever. Other Bible verses that describe this peaceful kingdom: Isaiah chapter 2 verse 4. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Isaiah chapter 11 verses 6 to 9. The wolf shall dwell with the lamb, they shall not hurt or destroy in all my holy mountain. Zechariah chapter 14 verse 9. The Lord will be king over all the earth. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 25. He must reign until he has put all his enemies under his feet. Conclusion: the Bible describes a time of universal peace, justice, and Christ-centered rule, a reality we have not yet seen in world history. Christian scholars interpret the millennium in three main ways. 1. Premillennialism, literal 1,000 years. Belief: Jesus will physically return before the 1,000 years to establish a real earthly kingdom, supported by a plain reading of Revelation chapter 20. Early church fathers, such as Justin Martyr and Irenaeus, supported this view. Criticism: Revelation is highly symbolic, so 1,000 years may not be literal. 2. Amillennialism, symbolic, 1,000 years. Belief: the 1,000 years is not literal but represents Christ's spiritual reign right now in heaven and through the church, supported by the symbolic nature of Revelation, where 1,000 represents completeness. Criticism: Old Testament prophecies describe an earthly kingdom, not just a spiritual one. 3. Postmillennialism, gradual 1,000 years. Belief. The 1,000 years is a symbolic golden age of Christianity before Jesus returns, supported by parables of the kingdom growing as seen in Matthew chapter 13 verses 31 to 33. Criticism. History shows increasing wickedness, not universal peace. Conclusion. Premillennialism sees the millennium as a future physical kingdom. Amillennialism sees it as Christ's current spiritual reign. Postmillennialism sees it as a gradual Christian influence over time. Regardless of interpretation, all views agree on one thing: Christ will ultimately reign. If we are witnessing biblical prophecy unfolding, how should we live? Stay rooted in God's Word. The Bible gives us wisdom to understand God's plan. Be watchful and prayerful. Jesus tells us to be prepared, as seen in Matthew chapter 24, verse 42. Share the gospel. The Great Commission, found in Matthew chapter 28, verses 19 to 20, is our mission. Look forward with hope. No matter what happens, God's kingdom will come. Question for you. Do you think the 1,000 years is literal or symbolic? Comment below. We may not know exactly when or how the millennium will unfold, but one thing is certain: Christ will reign in perfect peace. If you found this teaching helpful, share and subscribe to Bible Teaching Hub. God bless. Turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Your watching and commenting on these videos help to spread them to a larger audience. Bible Teaching Hub, helping you understand God's Word.